Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here at Celebrate Sausage as we are moving right along. If you're new here, we've dedicated this entire month to sausages as we upload a brand new sausage making recipe every day. The series is just getting started. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and that notification bell. In today's episode, we have a very special guest joining us. Some of you already know him. If you don't, you're about to meet him. His name is Bradley over at the YouTube channel Chud's Barbecue. Be sure to check him out. Today, Bradley's going to make a sausage for us that he's been wanting to make for a very long time, so you know it's going to be good. So let's welcome Bradley over at Chud's Barbecue as he makes us the Texas hot gut sausage with pepper jack cheese.
Welcome back to Celebrate Sausage Season 3. Folks, I'm Bradley Robinson over here at Chud's Barbecue. And today we're making a pepper jack hot gut. Because what doesn't sound delicious about a Texas style hot gut sausage stuffed with pepper jack cheese? So that's what we're gonna make today, and it is going to be delicious. This is a brisket. I picked this up at my local grocery store here in Austin, Texas. It was the cheapest brisket I could find at $2.99 a pound. Just a pretty ugly looking select brisket. Ooh. Which is why I don't feel bad that I'm turning it into sausage. But I'm not going to use all of this brisket, probably about half of it, save the other half for my next batch of sausage. The reason I like using brisket is because it's got a wonderful amount of fat on there, and it usually works out pretty well to that 70-30, 80-20 fat ratio we're looking for when making sausage. I just weighed these, and they are both exactly 6 pounds. Nice eyeball. We'll go with the fatty side today, get a nice juicy Texas style sausage link. So I'm going to go through and cut this into strips so it fits into our meat grinder nice and easily, and it'll also make sure that this cools down a lot quicker, which is the next step. So into the freezer this goes for about an hour or so until these are nice and chilled. While our meat chills out, let's go ahead and get our spices ready. Starting with our binder, which is some high temp milk powder, kosher salt, pink curing salt, #1, granulated garlic, granulated onion, some black pepper, a little bit of mustard powder, some paprika, chili powder, and a whole bunch of cayenne. Make this thing a little bit spicy. It is a hot gut after all. I'm also gonna go in with some turmeric. That's just gonna help with color, add a little bit of flavor, give us that nice orange grease. And that's it. Just get that all mixed up. Nice and cold. Oh, whoops. Going through the 10mm die today for a nice coarse sausage. And as always, we want our meat nice and cold so we get a nice clean pebbly grind. Looking good, nice and fatty. Beautiful. Almost forgot, we're gonna send some jalapenos through as well. Send a little bit of this meat through to help push it all through. There we go. And then we go to our mixer. We're just let this mix for a minute or so, and then we're gonna add in all of our spices. In we go. We're also gonna go in with our liquid component, which is some beef bone broth. Get a little extra beefy flavor in there, while making sure this is nice and tacky. After about 4 or 5 minutes of mixing, now it's time to go in with our cheese. This is some high temp pepper jack cheese I got from thesausagemaker.com. Ooh. Boop. Going on with some 32mm hog casings today, sending a little water through to clean them out, make sure there's no holes, and help them slide onto the old horn here. Tie it off, snip the tip. You know the drill from here, folks. Just gonna case away. Oh yes, that's got some lovely color to it. I'm just gonna make some standard size links here, guys. Nothing too fancy. Just gonna get these as nice and plump and taut as I can. And the beauty of doing link by link like this instead of a big rope, you're not gonna get any air pockets, so you're not gonna have to prick your sausage. So there's one less fear when cooking these things if they're gonna burst. As you can see, all the air is shooting towards the casing instead of going into the meat. Nice and cheesy, nice and spicy. That paprika and the turmeric are giving it some beautiful color, and of course they are nice and plump. I've had this sausage on the old to-do list for a real long time. Pretty excited to finally be knocking it out. And just like that, all of our sausage is cased up. Gotta love it when you can get through an entire batch without popping a casing. Makes life real easy. But I'm just gonna tie this end off, and there we have it. Some beautiful, plump looking, nice and firm pepper jack hot gut sausages. What I'm gonna do now is let these chill in the open air for about an hour or so. I'm gonna aim a little fan at them just to dry them out out a little bit. It's gonna help tighten up the casings, dry out the exterior so we get better smoke penetration. But more importantly, it's gonna dry out all the little twists between these links so I can go through and cut them up without worrying about the ends coming out, because it just makes placement on the smoker a lot easier. So I will see y'all in about an hour. I'll celebrate sausage, but I will not celebrate that pesky snake in my boot. After about an hour or so, or however long it took me to knock out all those sausage dishes, we're ready to throw these on the pit. And as you can see, they are looking a lot drier. They've changed color a little bit. That cure has started to do its work, and they're feeling nice and tacky. So now we can snip them apart. Would you just look at it? Such a beautiful color. See some nice cheese studdage in there. That end is staying tied. Love it. Gotta say, folks, these are some good looking links. Nice and plump. All the ratios are right. I don't see how this isn't gonna turn out great. So now, on the pit we go. So the name of the game when smoking sausage on an offset smoker like this is to get it as smoky as possible. Dirty smoke is your friend when cold smoking sausage. We're gonna aim for anywhere between 120 and 150 degrees. If it gets too hot, it'll start to render the fat, and we don't want that. But we're gonna let these cold smoke for about 4 hours, which should give us just enough time to let the smoke really penetrate into these links, giving them some nice red color, help dry out these casings even more. A lot of time for the cure and the salt and the spices to hydrate and kind of work on the meat a little bit, and make sure we get a nice, snappy, smoky bite. So, down we go. I've just got 2 dense logs on there. That should be enough for the whole time. Temps are looking good, so we'll check back in 4 hours. 4 hours later. As you can see, these sausages are nice and smoky, nice and red, feeling nice and plump. And now they're going into an ice bath to shock the casings, stop the cooking process, cool them down rapidly. It's gonna shrink up those casings onto the meat and make sure these things don't overcook. I must admit though, I'm pretty happy with how these are looking. Nice and red. Ooh, smelling good. It's also a great time to clean your sausages. Because as we all know, everybody loves a clean weenie. And if you got dirty grates, you don't want to leave that soot on your sausage. So that's also why I put these on the wire rack, so they wouldn't get dirty. I'm gonna let these cool down for the next 10-15 minutes, and then we can fire them off to finish. So cheesy, so smoky, so red, so spicy. Now it's time to see how these came out. I've got this pit behind me fired up to about 300 degrees. We're just gonna throw a few links on. Oh, smoke in the eye. Now all we need to do is bring these up to an internal temp of around 160 or so to make sure all that fat renders down and we get a nice snappy, plump sausage. Should only take about 30-40 minutes or so, and then we'll see how they came out. All right, I think it's time to see how this sausage came out. Look at that, folks. Nice and juicy, nice and cheesy. Oh, it's dripping all over the place. Love the color on that too, nice and red. Let's give this a quick little taste test. Looks like a great coin to test this out. Oh, ooh, oh, wow. Very juicy, nice and cheesy. Whew. Got a little bit of heat to it, but it's not overbearing. The flavor is spectacular. The bind, phenomenal. Whew. Starting to hit the back of the throat. Oh my God, it's so good. Spicy, cheesy, flavorful, savory, salty, creamy. What more do you need? Gotta love that high temp cheese, folks. Holds its place, doesn't melt out.
Oh, so good. Like honestly, you could put this in like a breakfast scramble, to, like turn the heat up a little bit. Throw it on some buns.
Oh.
It's definitely packing some heat though.
Yeah, it hits you on the back end. It'll probably hit us on the back end again, if you know what I mean.
Ayo.
Oh, very juicy.
You know, I wish they picked a better name for it though.
Hot gut is really not a great term.
No, I always love hot gut, but no one wants to eat anything with the word gut in it.
Yeah, if you're not from Texas and you've never heard of hot gut before, it sounds immediately off-putting. God, it's so hot.
But it's like, it's honestly the perfect amount of spice for me.
Yeah, honestly, I can continue eating it. Shall we give it a little snap test? Oh my God, that was a juice explosion. That bite is going to affect my day tomorrow. Shall we do the official taste test?
Good girl.
All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic pepper jack cheese studded, all beef, Texas style hot gut sausage. I highly recommend giving this one a try. It is super tasty, nice and juicy, nice and cheesy, everything you want out of a nice plump link. But that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Head over to my channel if you want to see more sausage making videos. Big shout out to Eric at 2 Guys in a Cooler for having me on this series. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.
No way, Bradley. That bite is going to affect my day tomorrow. Be sure to check out Bradley over at his YouTube channel, Chud's Barbecue. I'm going to put a link to it in the description box below. He is all about outdoor cooking, so if you like sausage, if you like smoke, if you like cooking over a fire and barbecue, he's got you covered. And there's also going to be a link to his recipe in the description box below in case you want to make this Texas hot gut sausage with pepper jack cheese. Thanks a lot for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads for Celebrate Sausage Season 3. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.